Hey everybody, this is Tom at Tele Guitar Works, and tonight I'm going to go over real quick this kit guitar. Well, it's actually a Fender guitar, but because I bought it in pieces, I considered it a kit and told you guys, what happens after you built 5 or 6 cheap kits and you really want something nice that the finish was done nice on, and somebody did the neck and the frets are done, everything, and you put it together and you say, well, I put it together, so it's mine. Yeah, will it always be a Fender? Yes. Did somebody else build it? Yes. I'm not getting into all those weeds there. If you've been building kit guitars, that you've been doing the same thing with something else that wasn't of the same quality, possibly. But this has all the Fender logos on it. It's got all Fender parts on it. But there are some things you should look for when you build any kit guitar. And the first thing and the most important thing that ruins somebody's day is the misalignment of the neck to the bridge, where you have string runoff off the frets because the neck is crooked to the body. It isn't exactly at the 90-degree plane. And I mentioned this LMI neck centering luthier's tool that you could put on any neck and get that center line there. On the Fender kit, on the Fender buying the body and the neck and putting them together, I didn't have that problem. And that's because I've already got a pre-drilled bridge position on here. So it should be exact, and the neck is pre-drilled with the holes, and the body is pre-drilled. So it should all line up. Do you still check it? Absolutely check it. So anyway, we got this baby together. Now the other things that have to be done is, one, I didn't put staggered tuning machines on here, so I have to put some string trees up here, and the string trees have to go on the highest 4 strings. So they've got to go on there on the D and G string and the B and the E string. And that's because if I allow the height to be too high on the back side of the nut, the guitar is going to sound more like a banjo than it does anything else. And you don't want that sound from it, so we're going to put the retainers on there. If you do have the staggered post where the short post is your high E string, you don't need string retainers at all. The other thing I had to do was I had to cut the nut slots. Why? Well, they were cut, but they weren't cut deep enough. And they weren't cut deep enough because they weren't going through final assembly at Fender. They were going through final assembly at Tele Guitar Works. So, using just feeler gauges, and I preach this from the low E string to the high E string, it's 0.020, 0.018, 0.016, 0.014, and then the B and the E strings are both 0.012. Now you can also use, if you have lots of money laying around, the StewMac digital gauge. It works. They both come up with the same numbers. Math is math. It doesn't change. Putting this feeler gauge between the top of the first fret and the bottom of the string is easy. There's no movement. Anybody can do it. I could train a monkey to do this and they'll get it right. So, basically you move the string out of the slot after you measure it. If it's the nut slot's got to go deeper, you pass your nut file through there a couple times, put the string back in, bring it to tune, remeasure it, and you keep going until it just barely touches the feeler gauge, and you'll be right every time. And it makes the intonation and the rest of the setup good. Now, the other thing I'm going to have to do with this guitar is I do not have the compensated barrels on here. What does that mean? All right, it means I've got 2 strings sharing each of these barrel saddles, which means the intonation is never going to be perfectly accurate. Go ahead, type on there that you got one that's perfect. You got, the 1 in 10,000 guitar. You've got it. Joe Bardeen came up with the barrel compensated saddles to help with the intonation problem. And you can get those aftermarket compensated saddles just about anywhere. And I don't know, I may put them on there yet. I'm going to put this down at my buddy's shop. It's going to go down to Ace Percussion probably, because he's got a little bit of a guitar shortage going on. And see if we can get it out the door down there. Now, if I had bought this guitar from Sweetwater, I'd be looking at around $850. All right, as if I even bought this guitar and I bought all the parts. On the retail market, I would come in slightly below that. I bought the guitar and the parts on the wholesale market and paid less than that. That's the way all this stuff works. So it's a benefit of having a business license and paying taxes. So this one is together and it's looking for its forever home. Played it a little bit today, got it set up, got it intonated, and it's close. It's not perfect. They never are going to be without these barrels being compensated. And a lot of guys that play will even go to the 6 saddle bridge on the Fender Telecaster. But this is the AK-47 of guitars. This is the one you could drop and do anything you want with it. It's still going to play for you and give you years of great service. And, you know, thousands of players can't be wrong. Even Jimmy Page played one for a while. And, you know, so it's going to go out to a good home. The page is opened up the membership section, and I've got kind of mixed feelings on the membership. I'm a member, and it's like $2.99 a month. I would like to find out from the members if you would rather have me have merch, t-shirts with Tele Guitar Works on it that say, you know, have the saying, only half my ideas are any good, you have to decide which half, or if you'd rather me do informational videos and just throw super chats at it for giving you tips on how to do things, that's fine. The membership thing, I was like, I don't know about that. Member exclusive videos, you're all members of the page already. You subscribe to it. You got me here. Tell me what you want me to give back to the community. I'm ready to give back, you know, whatever it is. And we're closing in on the move date and on the new 1,200 square foot facility being built, which is going to be exciting, and it's going to be incredibly stressful, but we're going to get it done, and hopefully things are going to, you know, grow from there a little bit. And when I say grow, I mean within reason. So we're still doing repairs. I had a couple repairs in this week. I've got some paint work to do before the move and get the rest of the guitars that are here back to their homes. I've got like 2 or 3 here, and that's going to be it. So this is Tom from Tele Guitar Works. Remember, only half my ideas are any good. You have to figure out which half, and we'll catch you next time.